Hi guys, and welcome back to my Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Nuzlocke run. And we will start where we left off, at the gym after just being work, with just our Darut Monferno. Sorry work, I have no chance to, don't want to talk to you, so I'm just gonna run and get my fingers working correctly. So, now we have done this gym. It means we are good to go and continue onward. And our next challenge is gonna be Mars from Team Galactic, which is, well, the one thing I'm actually dreading the most during this entire playthrough before Cynthia. Because Mars has that big cat, Paragly, which is not the best thing for anyone to challenge without proper preparations. Because that Paragly is a fast kitty cat. I think even Mikey from M&J TV did a video that Paragly is actually faster than Latias and Latios, which makes no damn sense whatsoever, but being a speedy cat fully evolved is one thing I'm dreading. That's why I have Monferno. I'm gonna try to get him up to 17 because I feel there what I think it will be a good place to keep. And with Mach Punch, that is gonna help a lot. One, alright, you're gonna count and then, nope, you don't have to count it out. Count. Alright. So, now we are in the cave. I'm actually gonna take and silence the sound from the game because I think I mentioned this before. Last time I did a cave encounter which I faced an Onyx, I got a copyright claim from that battle music. So I will not use any music during the caves. So it's gonna be a silent part right now until I get the one Pokemon I'm trying to get here. And in this cave, I have not got my encounter yet because I was smart enough to use the repel. So I have a Zubat, I have an Onyx, and I have a Geodude from the grass above Rosberg City. So in this cave, I can actually just wait until I get a Psyduck. And, time to flash somebody. Not really what you want to do in real life, but hey, let's go. And there we have it. Quack, quack. Alright. A power punch should do the trick. And now, let's see. Let's do a heal ball, just to be nice. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Nice. And there we have it. Alright, nickname. I'm going with my very much an old friend called Frank at the party. And we see Lord, you are gonna have to go to the box. And that's the cave. Now we just need to get behind you because you're not a trainer. And there we got some money. And now, just need to get out of the cave so we can put on the music so we have something nice to hear. Like, I'm not really sure if for every... I don't think it's for all the cave encounters, but I'm not sure like which encounter is which. Oh yeah. One way. I just want to make sure like we don't get more copyright claim, because I don't know how many copyright claims you can get before you get a copyright strike. And that is the least thing I want is get a strike, because I want to be able to follow rules and keep my videos uploaded. So now, back with music. And we still have... Now we can take all the trainers here we didn't take before. And which is going to be very easy because the route is powerful. Ooh, starting. I am scared. Let's just burn the bird. And yeah, after this I'm gonna have some lunch, shower, then I'm gonna go and play Pokemon TCG for the first time, which is awesome. I did manage to build a legal deck yesterday, but I have to be honest, it's not a good deck. I don't have enough cards to build a decent deck. And so I'm gonna have to rely heavily on my psychic Pokemon and my Koraidons. But like I said, it's not balanced in any shape or form. So I'm not expecting to win any fight today. Because what I've seen so far with the TEC International Championship of North America, Purple playing with Battle His Friends, and even some search how to build a deck. I'm definitely not balanced correctly because I have way too many Pokemon, way too many energies, and too little supporters. And I even think that the supporters I have is also wrong. In the sense of like I have so many pull engine supporters, and some of my Pokemon also helps me draw cards. I have no way to put cards back into my deck from my hand to redraw. So it definitely also... So I would say my deck is a pure patch up deck of anything I could find that has a decent number of HP and damage dealing. So yeah, that's it's gonna be interesting. I will take my Shampoo deck with me, which is not legal since April and March this year. Do you see if anyone is willing to let me try to play with this proper build deck, which I didn't build myself. Of course, I bought it pre-built. So I have not messed with it at all. If not, I have this lazy ass build deck, which is, I'm not proud of it at all. Alright, that's all of them. And go straight up here. And here's are the space guys that are so mesmerized by the leader they don't realize he's lying to the faces. I mean, Cyrus really don't care about any of these people, because he wants to create a world where we no longer have a soul, and he doesn't want to bring his entire team to that new world. He wants to basically build it by himself. Like, his goals are bit, but mostly he just wants to be. He thinks the soul is the weakness of humans, and we need to get rid of it to be perfect beings. Now that is one of the dumbest thing I heard when I first heard it, and but he has one of the best charisma build of the villains in Pokemon, because yeah, he doesn't care about his team or his organization's members. If he has to choose, he will live by himself in this world, but managed to create an organization big enough to threaten Sinnoh with their bad attitude and their stealing. So yeah, not only is he a okayish trainer that goes against his own principle, because you cannot have a Crobat if you don't make Golbat love you enough. So yeah, he's definitely a very much charisma built character, which I think most villains should be in some cases, because if you need some way to attract people to do your bidding for your cause while thinking they want the same thing. So that's why I kind of love it when some of the villains really do high-end charisma speeches before then some small hints is uncovered to see, oh, this one is actually bad, evil, I need to stop her or him. But just like it has to be done in a correct way, because if you should do monologues, it should be interesting to it. But also, I also like kind of the villains that just go straight for what they want. They don't try to build a organization or try to build a team or something like that. They just go boom, boom, boom. I'm badass. I'm gonna take what I want. Ball captions. Against the ball configuration feature from. I haven't done that in a while. I think I'm gonna mess with that off camera. Hey you! Fight me! Alright. Magikarp. Let's Mach Punch. Easy peasy. Then again, the route is a bit over level for most of the trains right here. Cherry Swipe, nah. I never really liked the multi-hit moves. Let's give you a bit of, because like most of them have like low hit rate, or some makes no sense at all. For instance, like you can do a double kick, which does hit twice, then you get the move double slap that can hit up to 5 times, which makes no damn sense whatsoever, because as the move's name suggests, you slap twice, you should not slap more than twice. But like Fury Swipe, like, yeah, you can hit multiple times, but it's not that strong. So rather have a scratch, because I think that does the same amount of damage. I can be wrong, I don't really do the calculation that much, but that's what it feels to me every time I have used both move on a Pokemon. So I'm not really using the only thing multi-hit moves I'm using is usually just double kick. Let's burn that little bud. So yeah, that's gonna be some fun. Thank you. I do take care of my Pokemon pretty well, don't I? And hippity. Jesus. Oh, this is not a cave. Like, I know I probably won't get the claim here because an Onyx can't be here. But like I said, I'm just gonna be cautious about the caves. For a while at least. If I ever get like when I can actually put in copyright-free music into my videos, then I can stop worrying about it and we could have nice music in our entire runs. Subat. Oh yeah. While actually playing the tabletop RPG game Friday, we gotta make like a slight discovery that kind of was a fun fact that I think I never thought of actually before. I don't know many of you have done it. But do you know that most of the spider Pokemon in Pokemon technically ain't spiders? So Spinarak, Ariados, Joltik, Garantula, and Araquanid, and I don't remember its pre-stage. Though they're supposed to be spider Pokemon, they're not really spiders. Because, fun fact, they don't have 8 legs. They have between 4 and 6 legs. Which means there are insects, they are not spiders. The only technically spider Pokemon out there is Tarantula. But Tarantula, it has... Oh, sorry. It does has 8 legs, so it has enough legs to be considered a spider, but the Pokemon that actually look like a spider doesn't have enough legs to be considered spiders. That was just a fun fact we kind of... Our DM brought up, and I was... Yeah, that... Yeah, fun. That's funny. But then again, we can just take it up to like being Pokemon. But it's a fun thing to think about. I think that a Spinrack could actually be counted as an ant instead of a spider, because having 6 legs, not 8. That could actually make a video. A fun video to like try to figure out more things that be a fun fact about. Though it would be better if I could just have the pictures with me while I'm talking about specific Pokemon. But it's still a fun thing. And like I said, I'm trying to figure out as many new videos as possible because I need to have something to share with you guys. And yeah, bug catcher, you not winning against my monkey. My Mutai monkey. Hoyo! And can't get there until I got the second badge. Oop, first double battle. Ain't that nice? I think Mercer needs to switch here. Like I said, I'm trying to do a perfect Nuzlocke run with my first ever Nuzlocke on YouTube. So I need to be thinking very carefully of what Pokemon bring out. And 2 patch resources is too dangerous for Vax. I'll just do Absorb. And that's 1 squirrel done. Absorb. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. Pie. Pow. Yeah. And that's the second squirrel. We all did very great. Back ago. Ooh. Could be some evolution time. I'm sorry, girls. I was just a bit too strong. Yeah, we are getting a Staravia. Yes. I kind of I don't know. I always laugh when I see like Staravia's hairdo. It's not like I think it's bad. It looks a bit funny to me. Hmm. Bold seed. Actually, that is another multi-type hit move I usually do. So time to use heal, get some PP back up. Hmm. This could give me 2 legendaries if I had played certain games. But I'm not gonna use them because legendaries are way too powerful and would lower the challenge of this run. And that would be no fun. Cherries and orange berries. Yeah. Before I get the water. Is you that gives me. Hey. You, you give me a berry. Alright. Is it you that gives me. Yes. You give me the Spreadox, now I can actually do nice things. Alright. And you. No, 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 no. I don't want to exchange beverage stickers. Not yet, at least. So I will also plant the berries off screen. And. Alright. You cannot face these two until you first done the other thing. So let's run. Oh. Heal potions. Poison, not potions. Jesus, that's sleep. So I have HP healing, healing from sleep, paralysis, poison, and frozen. Alright. I will, yes. But first, let's have our encounter. And it would be a weasel. Let's check out Vac's new form, shall we? Haha! Your physical moves are lowered. But you lower my defense. I can't be mad. Let's do a quick attack. You growl? Ugh. Wow. That was that. Pokédex. We nickname you, of course. That's not her. Then Brenna. Yeah, that's one of my characters I named for a D&D thing that technically is half Triton, half Gator. So maybe not the perfect name for a weasel, but that was the first thing that popped out of my head. And we found a potion. Alright. Hey you. Fight me. Yeah, I am so scared. I would say you have more shot of making me laugh myself to a painful death than you actually have of defeating me. Because like they're looking so goofy with the spacesuit uniform and the bucket haircut. Technically, I should not speak for myself because I don't really have a hairstyle to talk about, because either it's short or it gets goofy almost to a very fluffy ball of fur on my head. And like my hair can never go down, it's always going up if I don't comb it, basically. And I think one year I didn't cut my hair for a long time. So past like one of my friends changed my name on his phone because he had more Patricks that he knew. So to always remember who I was, I think, and due to how I looked, he nicknamed me Afro Patrick. Yeah, if I don't cut my hair every 6 months, and so I get a very awful afro because my hair doesn't really, when it grows, it doesn't go down. I wish I had like flat hair that was going down, because then I can let it grow, because that would be nice. But having a hair that just grow upward and just become that bad of an afro, no thank you, because that I do not want to have hair that makes a specific hairstyle look bad. I mean, like most people I see with an afro, I kind of like looks cool, and I don't want to make that kind of a hairstyle look bad because I can grow a proper afro. So yeah, I think I usually cut my hair 2 to possibly 3 times a year. And that's why I don't really buy myself a trimmer so I can cut it myself or have a friend cut it. I always go to a hair salon to do it because I don't cut my hair that often, so why not let professional do it a few times I'm doing it. And that way I make the economy go around because I'm supporting businesses. Not much, but there's always something with if they can have some customers. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. There we have you. Then it's time to go to the building. Just gonna scratch. Would be better if you used a flying move. I don't know if Zubat has that in this gen this early on. But 2 scratches and you're done. Headbutt. Yes, thank you. Take away Growl. So now we can prepare for March. Whew. Yes, thank you. Like, it is nice with honey to slap on the trees to try to get rare Pokemon and stuff like that. But I have a better solution for this than just slapping honey on a tree and wait 6 real hours before be able to get my encounter. So fast heal. Then we can go and have some fun. But before we do that, let's change the lineup. I think you can need some levels. Because if it's 17 or 18, I think we still beat Purugly. Like I said, I want this to be as challenging as possible while trying to do a perfect Nuzlocke. Because that's what you always should strive for, right? To have a perfect Nuzlocke run. If you can't, well, then the second is just beating the game while going with the Nuzlocke rules. If you have a chance to beat the game perfectly, I think that's the most thing anyone who does a Nuzlocke want to do. Cascoon. Alright. Well, that doesn't really help against Thundershock since that's special. So that would be 3-hit KO and you just do Harden. Not even Poison Sting to try to poison my Pokemon. Like, I don't know if there's a fan game out there that has what I would like to see in one of the Pokemon games. So if you... But I really want to have a game where the difficulty with the bad guys as well as wild trainers grows with your own growth. Or at least I would like to have it like they're having, I think it was the black and white games, or was it black and white 2, where if you beat the game you can restart, but you can upgrade it now to be more difficult. just for fun. Second intimidation. Slowing Vex down. Because like Nuzlocke and stuff like this is somewhat challenging for some, but after a while, and you playing Pokemon for years, is not really that much harder than a regular run. Like if you randomize it, that's when it can become quite difficult to play, because then you don't know which Pokemon you're facing, and if you're getting legendary, it's gonna be hard to catch and have a chance of knocking your Pokemon out when you encounter them. But yeah, otherwise it's not really hard with Nuzlocke. I know PM7 have done some more variations to make the Nuzlocke more harder to play, which is always nice to see. I think he has one like Gamble Lock, which like you get one encounter before every badge, and then you can go to Evergrass and try to find the Pokemon you want. But the last grass before the gym, that's when you have your final say, essentially. If you don't get the Pokemon right there, you don't gonna get it at all. Or you're gonna have to take the last Pokemon you encounter, which could just be a Caterpie against the Rock Gym, for instance. So that the Gamble Log is something that's very interesting, but that will be good to... Oh, we have you. I do think that you start with your Zubat and then with your Perugly. Okay, guys. Time to see if we lose a Pokemon against the early game's biggest threat, Commander Mars, which I don't think I have to say it, but you know what her dress looks like. If nothing else, you can always watch Purple Cliff fighting Mars because he would say it gladly. Alright, Mars. Please start with Zubat. Thank you. Well, can lower his physical type, but I can still Thunder Shock you. Oh, that's 2-hit KO. I feel like I'm gonna need to sacrifice someone. Oh, damn U-turn. And then he lowers his attack with one stat. Okay, I think if you're just gonna growl, I'm fine with it. I think that should do it. Now, the root, I think you can survive an attack from a -3 attacking Perugly. Mach Punch. That's a 2-hit KO. Or not. Oh, you're gonna growl me, huh? Well, I got the cure for that. I'm back to neutral. So, speed punch ya. Oh, that does it. We beat Mars and we doesn't lose a Pokemon. Thank the lucky Arceus star. Because I was genuinely concerned we was gonna lose Vax there. Because even with a -1 to his attack, Slash has a high crit chance. And that was I was the most afraid of. How is he? You're better with okay. Well, we can take away a water gun or water pulse. Chance of confusion, a stronger water move. Perfect. Yeah. My boy wants to finish your little flying eyeless bat. You caused us a slightly panic grief, so good riddance, Subat. Nice. Commander Mars, you have lost. Yeah, get out of here. Yeah, that has some strange ideas of how to do things. Sadly, it's not the real plan. So that's been Commander Mars, and we have been able to survive the encounter without losing a Pokemon. And that's what I'm gonna call it quits for today. And I will see you guys in the next video I'm putting out. And next time we do this Nuzlocke run, we are heading for the gym number 2 and have to deal with Cheryl and her Chansey maybe killing our encounter in the forest. Until then, guys, have a nice day and bye.